Howdy, folks. It's story time, the next edition. This is going to be episode 52, 5-2. So, this happened when I was a dispatcher for the Delaware State Police. Uh, I was friends with a lot of the troopers. One trooper I was friends with was a guy named Randy Armistead, and he was very active around the campus of University of Delaware before he became a trooper. He was a fireman, and I think he worked for the University of Delaware Police before he became a Delaware trooper. I'm sorry about the dogs. It's hard to get a pavilion around here, and the one that's available is right by the dog park, so you may hear a little bit of yiping. So, June 16th, 1987 was a terrible day for a lot of people, and I'm going to tell you, so many things happened during this event that was just crazy. There was a report of a robbery, which turned out it was like a strong arm robbery where two ladies stole a purse or two from somebody at right down the hill, about a mile down the hill from the state police barracks, Troop 1. That's where Trooper Armistead was working out of. I believe he was working out there. He might have been Troop 6. But the there ends up being a chase. It went into the city, then it came out. They got onto the interstate, and they were headed towards Pennsylvania. So it was a high-speed chase. It was a lot of crazy things happened during this chase. I mean, everybody can make a lot of statements now, but this was 1987, not 2022. Things might have been able to be handled a little different, but so nobody knew that there was a child in this vehicle as well, in the back seat. So there's this chase. They're chasing these two robbery suspects. I think there was little information at the time. I was not on the radio at the time or on that shift. But so they chase this vehicle into Pennsylvania, Chester, Pennsylvania, and then they go off, and then they bang a U-turn, and they come back down the same ramp that they got off of, which was I-95 northbound. Now they're coming southbound in the northbound lanes, and they were doing a pretty good clip. I forget the estimated speed. I think it was around 100 miles an hour, but they were coming down the center lane of the highway, and it happened so quick. So many people didn't expect that to happen, that somebody's going to do 100 miles an hour southbound in the northbound lanes. Many witnesses reported that when they saw the trooper with his marked vehicle and the lights on and the whole, they deliberately turned and hit him head on. They hit Trooper Armistead head on. I apologize for the dogs. Two vehicles, each probably going 100 miles an hour. Their vehicle explodes. All three people in that vehicle perish. The two female adults and the child. Trooper Armistead was on life support for a long time. He was able to survive. Nobody expected him to survive, but he had severe brain trauma and was never going to be the same after June 16th, 1987. But this is where it gets really, really crazier, if it can get crazier than that. But my buddy Ronnie, who I did a story about him, who has since left this planet as well, he was the second one on scene. So he saw it all, and he was able to relay to me the events at the scene. So what happened was the Chester police, the city of Chester, they had gotten involved into the chase as well. And after all the vehicles had stopped, everybody was trying to assess the scene and everything. A Chester police officer has a massive heart attack. He was a heavy-set fella. has a massive heart attack on scene. So it's just crazy all the things that happened. I don't remember if he perished or not, but I know it was a massive heart attack. But so they bring in our helicopter to try and medevac him out, and it was crazy. One of the first responders got too close to the rear rotor, and that rotor is spinning at such a fast speed, it clipped his lap, and it he didn't even know what happened. It was the craziest thing. He comes up, he's trying to talk to the pilot, and all the pilot sees is just blood going everywhere. He got clipped in the lap. I guess it would be this side. The rotors would be on the left side of the helicopter. But so all these things happened during this catastrophe, and so now they're trying to save Trooper Armstead's life. The other vehicle exploded; they're perished. They're trying to save the police officer who had a heart attack, and now they're trying to save this other first responder who was, luckily he lived too, but it was like all these major catastrophes happened on June 6, 1987. Trooper Armstead, he did live. He was never the same. It was very tragic. Once again, I do not remember on the Chester police officer if he perished or not. The other person who had the helicopter wounds from the rotor did survive, but it was just unbelievable. Nobody expected Trooper Armstead to live, and because it was just such a horrific event. Anyway, that's story time, episode 52. It was sad day. I get choked up just thinking about it. He and I were having a couple beers 2 nights before, and then his life was never the same after that, trying to protect the people of Delaware. So just wanted to share that story. Peace out, folks. Respect the thin blue line. Thank you.